What up, YouTube family, estranged family, familiar people? This is Speed Engine coming through. Some things took place today that just can't. I feel like they just can't wait to be talked about, and that is, of course, the Bronny James being signed by the Lakers in the second round. Man, good for him. For starters, good for him. But you gotta be goddamn kidding me. If uh, if this it nepotism isn't even like the word for it anymore, they they might as well just change the name or change the word nepotism to Lebron, because second round averaging under 6 points a game is, it's like the Matrix stuff. It's like, let's run a simulation and see what the wildest thing we can get away with. I'm hoping to get on a couple panels this week to discuss all the stuff surrounding this, but my concern for for the league, of course, is that this is gonna take over all the headlines, and that's good. It's good for the league in terms of revenue, I guess, and of course, Bronny will get his own Nike sig, and it'll probably be real nice. And the kid'll be he'll probably be decent. What's his playing time gonna look like? What's it gonna look like when he's compared to someone who's starting? And how is he expected, or maybe it isn't even his expectation, but how would one expect him to get out of his dad's shadow, if that is what he wants, if he's playing on the same team? I mean, one could easily say that the Lakers drafting Bronny was moderately selfish, because I don't think there's one person, one talking head, one basketball personality that can say that the Lakers drafted Bronny for a strategic reason other than keeping LeBron from LeBroning. So, it's going to be a crazy season. I cannot wait, because the NBA is not about basketball anymore. Or let me slow that. Let me repeat that again. The NBA, repeat that again. That's redundant. I apologize. The NBA is no longer interested in basketball. It's interested in a narrative. That's clear as day by this move. Man, it's just going to be a wild ride this upcoming season, because Bronny's going to get playing time here and there. But now that kid's going to get booed just because he's in the same building as his father. He's going to get booed just because he has to walk behind a man that still uses a satchel. He uses a satchel to hold his smaller satchels, and they all have little Nike signs on them. But again, a lot of this is opinion based, right? So we'll see when the season starts. But I couldn't just sit back and not say something about this historic moment. I cannot wait till the 30 for 30 comes out. Probably, probably during this upcoming season. I wouldn't be shocked. I don't understand how the Lakers aren't being investigated at this point. I don't understand how the league isn't being investigated as a whole. I mean, it's throughout the years we've seen a lot of favorable things happen for Mr. James. But this is like, all right, we're just gonna do this in front of you all, and it doesn't matter if you think it's legit or not, because we're gonna do it. So within a matter of like a month and a half, you have a JJ Redick signing and a Bronny James signing. This is like, if I was writing a book, I my I can't even wrap my mind around this. I feel like it's a prank or something. Like someone's gonna pour pig's blood all over Bronny James's head or something the second he comes out that tunnel. You know, I apologize. My daughter's eating the loudest bag of chips ever. If you can hear that in the background, I apologize. And she seems to have trouble opening it, and that doesn't help the situation. We'll do our best to just kind of move forward.
I just want to take a couple seconds to reflect on some of the sports shows that I've been watching today. And I just finished watching a clip from First Things First. And no surprise that, the majority of that panel had no issues with anything with dealing with the draft, and you know said that this is personal. All these attacks are personal to LeBron. Well, of course they are, and a lot of that happens when you bring that kind of energy to yourself. And I think a lot of people aren't talking about that. Yes, nepotism is alive and real everywhere, no shit. But when you're this open about it, when you're this arrogant about it, and then when people ask you about it, you act like you have no idea what they're talking about, and here's this left field theory of yours, then this is kind of the fallout from that. And of course, nobody's going to speak on that. And Chris Broussard saying you're going to have a problem with a black man, African American man, using nepotism. Get the fuck out of here with that. This does not have to be a race thing. We've attempted to make this a race thing more often than not. And when you look at the arguments for both sides, whether you draft him or you don't want to draft him, there's a credible argument to be made that he was drafted too high based on his basketball history. If one could say that there's more proof that he shouldn't have been drafted than proof that he should have been. So when that's the case, you go to nepotism, and when you go to nepotism, you go to LeBron James. When you go to LeBron James, you more often than not end up talking about something that has some kind of angle to it or something that's shady. And of course, this is going to be, the reaction to last night is going to be consistent with everything else that takes place with him, because everything is a shadow game. The idea that Rich Paul was telling all these teams not to draft Bronny so they can, so he can send them to Australia if they do. The idea that that's being talked about and not being investigated and being justified by saying, other people do it that tells you everything you need to know. This, with all that being said, this upcoming NBA season, like I said before, is going to be absolutely magical, and I cannot wait. Funny story, I might end up buying Bronny's sneakers because again, I know he'll get a signature. I might end up buying those if they are a completely separate brand from LeBron, because I want to support that kid. But what I can't stand is how people act oblivious. Well, LeBron fans, LeBron supporters act oblivious to the idea that maybe some shady stuff took place. And, it's cliched, right? But where there's smoke, there's fire. And there's a lot of smoke in the James household, James family, Balco family. There's smoke. So we have to stop playing dumb. Let's let's speak our feelings on this. Let's be as honest with ourselves as we can. This whole situation is shady from a bird's eye view, from a microscopic view. It's a shady situation, and I'm here for it. I can't wait to see what happens. And back to the normally scheduled recording.
This doesn't even feel real. This is like they fired up that Higgs boson machine. They created that small black hole that they've been talking about. They put us in a reality. They put us in the dark timeline. The dark timeline. That's what this is. Any community fans out there should know what I'm talking about. This is the darkest timeline. And, as soon as Bronny got drafted, I don't even want to phrase it like that because it makes me sound like some kind of scorned lover or something like that. But the second I found out he got drafted, I lost a little bit of hope. Not in humanity, but I don't know. Hope in something. Because but again, good for him. Not his fault. Not his fault. Probably didn't even want to do it. Probably didn't have a choice. I could imagine him saying, Dad, I want to do my own thing. And he probably responds with something like, well, you can do your own thing as long as it's also my thing. And things of that
learn and
nature.
making reads and things of that nature. I thought that was a hell of a continue to learn and making reads.
It's not one on.
There's no way.
Shows and things like that.
That kid does not want to play for the Lakers. He does not want that kind of pressure in his rookie year. But I digress. Good for him. Get the bag, get the money. At this point, I'm just trying to kill time because there's a spider outside my kitchen that I've been trying to get in here for like the last 10 minutes. I don't trust it. And I'm just trying to keep my eye on it, until it gets dark, and then we typically go our separate ways. This isn't the first time this has happened. It probably won't be the last. But yeah, this upcoming season with no real narrative other than LeBron and Bronny playing on the same team, there's really nothing to run with. So, strap yourselves in because it's going to be, man, oh man, these ratings are about to be insane. These conversations on these talk shows are about to be insane. Man. They may have Brian Windhorst, out there working so much he can fit in one of them chairs he's in on ESPN. Also, just a joke. I'm also a big person. I don't want to be a hypocrite. I'm not that big though. I don't have a closer yet. We'll get there. We're just a little over 11 minutes. By the time I edit this, it'll probably be closer to like a little over 3 or 4 minutes. And I hope we get some listens, and by we I mean the royal we. You guys enjoy the rest of your evening. I'm sure I will have more to say about this tomorrow as more developments continue to happen. See, now it sounds like a hostage crisis. It sounds like what I think it is. I'm gonna save that for a little bit later. So good night, everybody. This is Speed Engine out.